Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Filmmaking Actually. Ta-da! I wanted to pop in with a super quick episode, probably partially because we're in the middle of processing our winter and spring applications for our internship tracks. So I kind of have job applications on the brain. And because I like throwing in some super quick episodes every now and again, because it gives a little bite-sized piece of information. Maybe you don't have as much time to listen to a whole episode, and maybe I don't have time to record a whole episode. No, but for real. So, cover letters. To send a cover letter or not to send a cover letter. I will say when you are emailing or applying for a position that's more than just an application, it asks for a cover letter. Definitely send one, especially if they're asking for one. If you are sending a resume, if you are sending other information, you want to include some sort of context for why or what you're sending. That said, there was this post going around LinkedIn that was this, how do I say this nicely? It was a very sort of pompous cover letter. It was this person talking about how great they are, how much they bring to the table, which is great, but it didn't actually say anything in specific. It was very general. It was very kind of broad sweeping stakes. I'm very driven. I'm very passionate. I really want this job. They could have sent that letter to everything from an ice cream parlor to a law firm to a sports agency. Like there was nothing specific about that specific letter. It didn't say anything about the company they were applying to. It didn't say anything about their specific job related skills other than they're hungry and passionate, which that's great, but most people in the job market are hungry and passionate. They want their jobs, they want to be working. So why would I personally not specifically be drawn to that letter? Well, first of all, it is so easy, especially nowadays with AI, to write a quote unquote interesting general letter that looks good on paper, but doesn't actually say anything at all. The letter actually says nothing. It might as well be an episode of Seinfeld. It doesn't say anything about the company or why they see themselves at that company specifically, what they bring to the company, why that company specifically is a good fit for them. As I said, they could have spammed this letter literally anywhere, just copy, paste, send. Grocery store, marketing firm, a cat cafe, a gas station. There isn't any mention of anything specific at all. It says nothing. A good cover letter should not be copy-paste spam. Now, before anyone jumps in with, recruiters don't even read the cover letter, so who cares? Well, I saw it on LinkedIn posted by a recruiter who clearly had read the letter. I know at Space Dream Productions, we do read the cover letters. Do you really want to risk the recruiter at your dream job being someone who does read a letter and then you don't send them a good one? Plus, people who say, why bother, isn't exactly an appealing attitude in a work candidate. So starting your job search from that perspective has a good chance of hindering your search anyway, as it might be evident in your job searching activities. If your whole attitude is, well, why bother? That might eventually start to translate to the hiring managers, to the interviewers, to the people who are reading your application. I know there are a lot of open to work people I see in my LinkedIn network. I know there's a lot of people applying to a lot of positions. We had highest ever number of internship applications without actually going to any job fairs. And it was really hard for us to start cutting candidates. And after a while, once we kind of get to the top of the top, it will come down to little things. Although honestly, if I get a cover letter and all it says is how great and driven they are, that's great. But if they're applying to a filmmaking company, tell me about film, tell me about story, tell me about you, tell me about why you like Space Dream Productions, what you want from Space Dream Productions, why you want to intern here, what you think you can bring to the table. At the end of the day, while human beings are still running the job market, put a little bit of humanity in your application and, see where it takes you. Good luck.
You've been listening to Filmmaking Actually with Koura Linda, Space Dream Productions podcast. Subscribe to us on any or all the podcast platforms. If you like what you hear, leave us 5-star ratings and positive reviews on iTunes. It helps more listeners like you discover the show. But the best thing you can do if you really like the show is tell a friend. Want to leave a comment or ask a question? Email at filmmakingactually@gmail.com. This is Spacey speaking, and remember,
if you need a copywriter, man, I'm your man. I'll even write the caption for your Instagram. Low-key write a speech for your best man, and if he say he can't do it, well, guess who can. And my copy so clean that you gonna think that I scrubbed it. And I could pitch my own work and all the clients, they love it. And if you need ideas, just come see me. And if you need lines, here's 32 for free. Thank you for your time, signed sincerely, the Don Juan Copy Kong Rhetoric King.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.